What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. Uh so gun rights. Everybody had an emergency this morning, so this is why we starting a little late. Brandon Nicholson, what's good, my brother? Appreciate you. So yeah, so he won't be joining us today, or he might be. Let me send him the email just in case. He might be joining us today, but he said he'll jump on if he could, guys, because his daughter, he has a situation where he's dealing with his children, his daughters and stuff, his sons and kids. So, like I always say, guys, family first, you know. So gun rights will probably get in here, able to. But today I'm just gonna give you guys a simple predictions. And again, when gun rights is here, I'm gonna try to stay away from my crazy bets, and we're gonna try to keep it to gun rights strategies more civil. I say it that way, safer bets, right? Keep up with the strategies that he gives us. All right, guys, so let's get this started. And today's first game on the card is Milwaukee Bucks, Orlando Magic. Now, the Milwaukee Bucks open up at minus 14, and then the current is minus 13.5. So the line went down a little there. 225 is the totals. And 62% of the people are betting on the side of Milwaukee, 38% on the side of Orlando. On the money line, it's 97-3. So, no one sees the Bucks losing. Of course, in that first game, I think it was similar to what I said was going to happen in the Lakers game versus Portland. But I never saw that with the Bucks. I never saw the Bucks getting smacked in the mouth their first game and wake up. But both of these teams have woken up. The Portland the Los Angeles Lakers and the Bucks. And let's remember, guys, these two teams, man, could you put me one of those? These two teams were picked to go to the finals to win the whole thing. So the expectation was for these teams to wake up and not be eliminated in the first round. I don't think we're going to see another upset here, like the Orlando comeback. But as Gun Rights says, 14 points is kind of high, guys. 225 most people are going on the under. So in Gun Rights fashion, I'll give you guys my breakdown on here. And like I said, the Bucks just woke up in their first game, But since then, they've kept the Magic average under 100 points, man. So they're not really allowing them to score much after their first game. And they've dominated them, totally dominated them in the past two games after that first loss. And then killing them in the paint, 50-26. 50 points to 26 in the paint, I'm pretty confident that the Bucks go ahead and take care of business today and, extend that lead for this series. I would say the Bucks on the money line and just stay off that over and under. Too close on this game. I guess maybe Gun Rights would say take Orlando on the points, right? If we look at the injuries, let's check the injuries for these two teams real quick. Orlando Magic have the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is at a game time decision, and wow, George Hill and Giannis is actually at a game time decision. But guys, this is the playoffs. They already lost a game, so you best believe Giannis is pretty much going to be in there. George Hill, whether he's in there or not, but Giannis is pretty much going to be there in there. But they do have him down at game time decision, guys. We already know that Aaron Gordon was facing troubles, and he's not going to be in this game. Melvin Frazier Jr., who's been playing pretty decent, is actually a game time decision. Mo Bamba, game time decision. Mo Bamba's out for the season, not Mo Bamba. Michael Carter Williams. These guys, they banged up already. They shocked the world with that first win. Nah, the Milwaukee Bucks are going to go ahead and put them away in this game. I'm chilling. I'm stunned from the back break. Oh, Luka. Yeah, man. Wow. Wow. Definitely gonna get to that game. Yeah, Luka's something. Back break. Yeah. I know what you meant. Was Luka injured yesterday as well? Luka's been playing injured since the start of this thing, Danny Lowe. He's been playing injured actually. So he's a warrior, man. This guy's ready to go. But back to the first game, I would say the money line or and the over and under don't look good here, guys. I would stay off of that because they've been up and down over that amount of points, so it's just kind of strange. That spread, gun rights generally likes to stay away from the spreads when they get this 13.5 and 14 point spread. That's kind of high. We do expect Milwaukee to beat them, but let's not forget Milwaukee got blasted that first game. So, with that point spread, if you want to take a chance, go with the Magic. But since they banged up and you got Melvin Frazier, I don't know. I'll just stay away from the spread, man. If you're going to bet this, go with Milwaukee money line, which they're going to be heavily favored because they opening up at -14. So don't know if y'all can do much with that game there. May just be one you want to stay away from altogether. I think maybe that would be gun rights advice on that game there, guys. All right. Danny Lowe, Luka had a bad ankle, but that did not stop him from frying the Clippers. No, it sure didn't. A bad ankle did not. All right, guys. So the 4 o'clock game, and by the way, that Milwaukee Orlando game is the 1:30 game today. The 4 o'clock game is next on the card. Houston Rockets versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Houston Rockets open up at -2.5. The line stays steady. It's still -2.5. 22.3 is the current totals. And the size they have Houston, 87% of the public's going on the side of Houston over for the point spread, which is reasonable. 81% is going for the money line. And then the overs and unders is pretty much mixed up, 52-48. In this game, I would take Houston Rock on the point spread. But let me go to my breakdown here. So, as I say, OKC, they're not doing well in the paint. They're killing themselves with turnovers. They have 43 turnovers in this series, guys. Like, you're already facing a superior offensive team. Turning the ball over to that superior offensive team not going to help you. And they have 43 they've amassed, leading into this game. Not only that, they have no answer for James Harden. Despite the loss, and we'll talk about that game, they really don't have an answer for James Harden. He's doing what he wants to do to them in the lane. He's dribbling all around them. And it almost seems as if sometimes he's scoring at will. Thunder was able to win the last game, which is what I was talking about. But look, check it out. Houston shot a horrible 30%, barely made that from downtown. And like mid-70s from the free throw line, which they got to the free throw line an awful amount of times and they could not cash in. Okay? So Houston had a bad game. And I don't generally like to take credit from teams, but the reality is this OKC team, they just don't have the defense to stop that Houston's offense. They don't. Houston had a bad game. We can't rely on that. Rockets displayed terrible ball movement and turned the ball over in game 3 as much as they did in game 1 and 2 combined. So they wasn't shooting from the 3-point line, and they was, they was taking from the free throw line, and they were giving the ball up as much as they did in both of the first 2 games. So, of course, the Thunder was supposed to win, but I don't put anything into that game. I have the Rockets going up 3-1 today. They're going to cover the spread over the 223. That's what I have. That's what I believe gun rights would tell you guys to do here is take Rockets on the spread. Okay? I don't think he would, he never really bothers with that over and under. So that's up to you guys. But I do believe that they'll go over the 223.5. So you could take Rocket on the spread over on the 223.5, which will give you a little more money on your ticket. You want to bet them that way. Or if you just want to put them in a parlay, you can put over on the 223.5 in a parlay, and then you could put Rockets on the money, on the points in a separate parlay, kind of mix it up there. That way, if they don't hit on the spread, you can get them on the over. You know what I mean? Because I will say this too: if OKC wins again today, then they definitely will go over the 223.5, which means that you could kind of hedge your bet there if you put those in a parlay. Because in a parlay, you can stick it in there, and then if it hits along with your other ones, you win either ticket, you win more than you gambled on 3 or 4 or 5 tickets, right? So, or you could just drop like $1,000 to win a little bit of money, or 100, or however you guys want to bet it. This is basic, so I would assume you guys are betting small amounts like me. All right, but yeah, that's how that would go. Brandon Nicholson said the Bucks are gonna close that series today. Yeah, the Bucks. Man, what happened? Sorry, that looks kind of wild. Sorry about that. Yeah, the Bucks are gonna they're gonna win. They can't close it out because it's gonna be 3-1, so first to 4. So they won't close it, but they will. I do think that they will win. OKC was able to snatch that last game to keep the series going. So I can imagine they win 4-1. Brandon Nicholson. I'm curious to see if OKC can squeeze another game. I don't think so. I don't think they can. Let's go to their injury report too, real quick, guys. Houston and OKC, Oklahoma. Steven Adams game time decision. That's important. If he goes, you can definitely count him out. They definitely going to need Steven Adams, but he's game time decision, which means he's playing on injury as well. The Rockets, they don't have anything reported. Everyone's going to be playing besides the 2 guys that's out for the season. So, I don't see them squeezing this game out. But hey, bro, y'all know crazy things has been happening. Nothing is definite. And I mean, nothing is definite in this game. In any of these games. We've seen the Bucks get taken out. We've seen the Clippers go down. The Lakers, all of the top teams have dropped, right? So anything can happen. Next game, 6:30 game, and that is the Indiana Pacers and the Miami Heat. No, I expect Miami to go ahead. This one I expect to be closed out. Victor Oladipo, Miles Turner is playing well, but he's not playing like the Miles Turner we've seen in the bubble. And that has a lot to do with that Miami Heat defense. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo are killing it and playing as if they're looking toward the second round right now. Both of those 2 guys. The Heat are keeping the Pacers under an average of 105 points per game. So, like, the defense, man. You know what I mean? Defense is the key in the Heat, and they're winning that battle when it comes to defense. The Pacers are taking 6% less shots than the Heat, right? Like per game, 6% less shots. So if you're not putting up as many shots, that means you're not giving yourself the opportunity to even put up as many points. And it's not because the Heat don't want that opportunity. That's 6% less shots being taken. And that's all around the board. Free throws from the floor, 3-point shots. That's 6% less shots being taken. Has to be accounted to defense. That's the defense. Okay. That's the Heat's defense that's causing that. Got the Heat cleaning up the series today, sweeping it out. The Heat has covered more than 7 points throughout this series, so you might consider the spread on this one. Heat on the line. I'm back at it, guys. I'm going to bet over the Heat on this line. But let's go back to what let's remember what Gunright says, and he's been pretty accurate with this. So let's check the percentages. And on the side is 54-46, so that one's close. People think that this is going to be a really close game because it's win or go home for Indiana Pacers. So some people are not comfortable with that side with the point spread. 67-33 on the money line, though. So more of the public is going on the money line. And then for the overs, 86-14. So if we go back to what Gunright told us, that overs are shaky because Vegas got to win somewhere, right? So you guys may not want to mess with that overs, or you may not want to mess with the spread here. So I think what Gunright would say is to take Miami on the money. Okay, money line, Miami. That's my opinion. That's what I believe Gunright will tell us to do. Because he never really bothers with the overs and unders. That's always me. And I ain't really been so great on them. I've been, like I said last time, 60-40. I'm doing a little better. Those overs and unders are tricky. So I believe that the play here is Miami on the money line. Miami to go ahead and close this season up on the money line. I think that the public expects this to be a close game since it's win or go home. And they're not trusting that Miami wins by 7 points. I see Miami win consistently by 7 points. So I am kind of comfortable with the overs on this. So you might want to consider money line overs or just the money line, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I see that Miami game playing out. Brandon says, oh, I forgot this is game 4. Yeah, this is game 4. Steven Adams is out. It will definitely be hard. Yeah, if he's out. They say he's questionable. You know, that questionable, a lot of times these guys play when it's in the playoffs, even though it's questionable. But you have to realize if he's questionable, he's playing with some type of injury. Things are looking good for Denver. No, things are not. They're probably out of it, bro. They have to at the point now where they got to come back and sweep. 3 games zip. Now, wow, that last game, though, freaking Donovan Mitchell, he's been going off, but Murray is back. The problem with Denver, guys, we got to realize this. They're missing Gary Harris and Will Barton. These are 2 of their best players. I don't know, like, the Jazz, the beatings that they've been putting on Denver, been pretty good, convincing wins. But I'm not sure if this game, this series is not much different. That's 2 significant pieces, guys. Those are 2 of their 4 best guys. You have Joker, Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, and Will Barton. Those are their 4 best guys. So they're half of their, they're gone. And they're expected to be back next round or at the end of this round. The problem is they may not make it to the end of this round. If they lose today, Gary Harris and Will Barton will never get a chance to step on the floor in the playoffs. Very unfortunate for the Denver Nuggets. If Denver can squeeze this game out, I believe they're supposed to get Will Barton back in the next game, which would be a massive shift. It would definitely help. Gary Harris, I heard, is not supposed to be back until the second round of the playoffs. And that's really killing Denver right now. Those are 2 important pieces, man. For sure. Miami is putting this series to bed. Yeah, I think so too. I think they're going to cover. I keep saying Miami's defense is stifling. I can easily see them upsetting the Bucks. Bro, I called Miami as the dark horse. That was my dark horse team for the East Coast. Miami Heat, so I'm all with you, 100% there. All right, guys, let's rock it out. Last game on the card is the Lakers 9 o'clock game. Los Angeles Lakers open up at 7.5 and consistently throughout the bubble, throughout this playoffs, no matter how much they've been losing, the Lakers have opened up every fucking game, bro. They have not opened up under in any game. And so it's still consistent. They open up at minus 7.5. The current is minus 7. 5.5 of the totals. And here's the percentages on the side. Got 60% for Portland on that point spread, which is legitimate. I like that bet. Also, on the money line, 74-26, people think the Lakers going to put this game to bed, take it up to 3-1. And on the overs, which is really surprising to me, 93-7. That is where Vegas and gun rights tradition is going to make its money, guys, on the overs and under. I think this game is going under 220, 2.5. Let me go to my breakdown. Portland has a huge problem with interior defense, and the Lakers are pounding them in the paint. Nurkic is not playing consistent on the defense and getting killed down low, and Whiteside is weak down there. That's the problem. Lakers are demolishing these guys on the interior, which is what I said after Portland woke them up. That's what was going to happen, and this is what's been happening. And then they end up losing Zach Collins. Portland's done, man. And you know what's so unfortunate with the Portland Trailblazers is every season's in the playoffs for like the past 4 seasons, they've lost significant guys. This has actually happened for Portland. Remember last season, Nurkic went down right before the playoffs. And Zach Collins went down during the playoffs. Now this season, Zach Collins goes down. That's very unfortunate, man. You got to keep a team together, especially these key players going into the playoffs. I know that the rule is the next man up, but you have a starting lineup for a reason because the next man is not as good as that man that went down, right? Without Zach Collins, they definitely don't win this series. But I think the Lakers take this to 3-1 today. That's a big loss, Zach Collins is much needed for that interior defense that they lack because they had difficulties with interior defense, even though Zach Collins was on the floor. And with the absence of Zach Collins, Anthony Davis and LeBron James been having their way, which loosens up that perimeter. They can't stop Anthony Davis and LeBron James inside. That's plain. These guys are shooting 50% from the floor. 50%. The Lakers didn't shoot nowhere close to 50% from the floor the whole goddamn bubble. So I got the Lakers here on points under 225. And gun rights fashion, and I want to stick to him. I think his bet here would be go for the Lakers on the money line. And he would like my under bet here, guys, because if you go for Lakers on the money line, the public has 93% over on the points. And I think that's because of Zach Collins being gone. But I think Dame Lillard is going to show his ass off tonight in a losing effort. So the points are going to be close, and the Lakers are going to take them out. So I would say go under the 222.5. Take the Lakers on the money line in this game. That's my play on that game, guys. All right. Parlay here. Well, before I do that, Kerm in the building. What's good, Kerm? Appreciate you coming through. Without Steven Adams, Thunder can still win. They could. Because then they'll play that ass ball. You know what? Odds are stacked against them. It becomes a shootout, right? And if the Rockets are hot, Kerm, they lose. Remember, the Rockets went cold this last game. That's how they won. Literally, the Rockets went cold and they turned the ball over more times in that last game than they did in the first 2 games. Without the Rockets turning the ball over like that and not being cold, that's too much for them to depend on, especially without Steven Adams. Because now we're talking a run and gun shoot game. Nah, bro. Nope. I can't give it to him. That's Mike D'Antoni's bread and butter. That's the Houston Rockets' bread and butter. I don't think that they're going to beat them at that game. And that's the type of game they will have to play to beat the Rockets. I called Miami as a dark horse also. Yeah, good call. Good call. Brandon, get your facts straight. What are you talking about, girl? When Steven Adams didn't play, Thunder's offense is moving. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They run and gun. They move. Steven Adams does slow them down. And that doesn't benefit the Rockets' style of play. But the run and gun does, Kerm. That's what I'm telling you. Like, that doesn't benefit them. That's not the game that you really want to play with the Rockets, in my opinion. So I don't know. Man, they are cool. My facts straight. Get your straight. and the Thunder will still lose. Well, I agree with that. You guys got a little back and forth going. All right, guys, here's my little parlay ticket. Safe parlay ticket. Okay. First game, Bucks and the Magic take the Bucks on the money line on the same ticket. Go ahead and take the Pacers on the points and the Lakers on the money line with the under. That's the first ticket. All right, Lakers money line under, Miami on the points, and the Bucks on the money line. That's your first parlay ticket. Your second parlay ticket, I will put Houston Rockets on the money line. Take the Pacers on the points, same, just like the last one. And with the Lakers on that 3-banger ticket, just go Lakers under the 225. So those are your 2 tickets, guys. Lakers under 225, Heat for the spread, and Houston Rockets on the money line. Okay? That's your 3-banger ticket. Your 4-banger ticket today is to take the Bucks on the money line, take the Heat on the point spread again, and then take the Lakers on both, the money line and the under. That's your 4-banger ticket for basketball today. If you guys want to put that in, good luck to you. I am putting those tickets in right now. I left my phone upstairs, but I promise you guys, y'all know I'm going to play it with you. Those 2 tickets that I suggested, I'm actually going to play those today. So, good luck. Make you some money. Make it a $1 parlay, $2 parlay, $100 parlay, whatever you can afford. It's not too much, just a little bit of cash you can splash around. I would say throw that on those 2 tickets. See if you guys could win some good money off of Speak Your Mind Sports Talk predictions. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And hopefully Gun Rights will be here with us. And he has all of that situation taken care of with the family and all. And y'all know how I always in this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.